Spain is pain. And nothing ever changes. So let's see why this Spain is so much pain. This was sent in via disastersavior.com, and at least we get a little context here. Won the Spanish Civil War in early 38, not bad. Had enough time to build an economy, surprisingly able to hold the line near the border of Belgium until 41, when the Italians came in with a massive offensive from the south. Encircled almost all your divisions, defeated France, invaded northern Spain, split the country in half. Well, that's some good context. Let's see what the real situation on the ground is. Okay, I can see you have 1,000 political power banked. This worries me. Secondly, I can tell you only have 8 divisions of your own. Everything else you borrowed from British, which is a good call. Good call. At least you have an army now. On the bright side, the Allies are in and they'll most likely commit to your defense. You are now a foothold in Europe. If things go your way a little bit, they'll flood in troops. But that is a lot of Italians in your country. Okay, so let's go over this bit by bit. You did say you got your army encircled, and I can tell that's 1 million casualties. That's not good. You have 28 factories, which is not great. You said you had a strong economy. I have to question that. So let's go over things. This tells me you gave up. You stopped doing research, okay? And you have 1,000 political power without a national focus. So you gave up, essentially. I'm gonna be a little harsh here, but please bear with me. I'm trying to teach. First off, it's 1942. You are on civilian economy. Look at the negative effects civilian economy give you. You have access to war economy. Get war economy as fast as possible. Failing that, if you can't get war economy because you're not at war yet, go to partial mobilization as early as possible. For the love of God, go off civilian economy. It is really bad. There are no upsides to it. There we go. War economy. Great. We'll have more factories to work with. Next up, political advisors are mostly fine. Spain doesn't have any really great ones in this path. Industrial concern will get the Altos Hornos de whatever, this thing. A military theorist, very handy, you know, for doctrines. And then chief of the army. Now, you don't have access to any good ones, but I'll show you how to get them. Same with the military high command. You don't really get any good ones, but I'll show you how to get them. So how do we get these guys if we don't get them from the game? We can make them ourselves. Let's take, for instance, Jose, the field marshal here. He's an organizer. I can give him this army regrouping specialist. So he has traits that are just these, but he also has officer corps roles that can be assigned. This was added in No Step Back. I click Army Regrouping Specialist, costs me 5 command power, I have plenty, and now I'm going to Military High Command. He's here, an Army Regrouping Specialist. Division Recovery Rate, very helpful. Then there's this guy, General Valentin Gonzalez. He is also fairly good. He's an infantry leader, infantry expert even, and he can get the Officer Corps Infantry Expert. Again, click that button, there we go. We now go here, we have an Infantry Expert. Extra attack and defense for the infantry. This is how we create our own officer corps if the game deals us a terrible hand. Now, I know we have more generals, so Vicente Rojo here, brilliant strategist, great. We're going to promote him to field marshal. Bear with me here. And then we're going into details, and we're going to give him offensive doctrine. Click that button. Officer corps roles, army offense specialist. Click that button. And now we go here, Chief of the Army, and we get a nice little attack buff for all our units, plus daily army experience. So that is how we get generals to be more useful, for one. We have focuses, but I can tell, yeah, this is where you kind of locked out. Need more factories than 50. That's not going to happen unless we get some nice construction going on now, but most of the trees done anyway. If you're building any of these things, these are useful focuses. Now, we're in the Allies. I'm thinking of going with technology sharing, mostly because we are behind on research. Once we also liberate some of our Spanish territory, that is not our core. This is considered a colony state. We can switch from technology sharing to resistance suppression. Actually, we can do that now because we are occupying a bit of land. Occupation is being done by the cavalry here. Great. We're just going to remove this. The single support company, it doesn't have to have support companies. If you're adding any sort of support companies to your garrison unit, make it a military police unit, but you haven't researched it. So we'll save this. This is going to save us a little bit of manpower, a little bit of equipment. Not a huge deal, but it helps. We have a bunch of units queued up, which we're going to forcibly deploy. But what do they look like? We have a problem. This is not a good unit. Now, it's serviceable, but this is really not what you should be relying on if you've been playing the game since 1938 without being in a crisis. basic infantry, basic frontline infantry that all it has to do is hold the line. The width is fine. 16 width is fine. I prefer to add another unit, make it 18 width, but that's a minor gripe. That's not the problem here. The issue is you have engineer companies, great. I love engineers for defense. They're good enough. They add entrenchment, they add defensive bonuses, movement bonuses. It's fine. Where's your artillery? Get your artillery. Artillery, support artillery is such. Look at the soft attack. Look at how much. That's like 10% additional soft attack. More than 10% additional soft attack per unit at the cost of 12 artillery pieces per division. This is ridiculously cheap for a massive bonus to soft attack. This is a must-have for every division, at least every infantry division. Support artillery. And if I'm feeling fancy, of course we get support anti-air, but you don't have any. There's no point to adding it. So this is what we're going to do. First, we have the equipment, we have the manpower. We'll make this change. So we'll make the infantry slightly more functional. We also have the colonial divisions down there. Let's not. 12 widths are fine for like a port guard unit, but if you're guarding ports, you might want to add in engineer companies so your units can get entrenchment and again support artillery so they have more soft attack. They'll be better at repulsing the enemy. Anyway, these are pretty much ready to rock. I'm going to force deploy them, just get them out into the fight, and then from there we'll adjust. Let's turn everything into the infantry divisions, assign them to our glorious leader, and we'll take all of the British units you borrowed out of that army. So that gives us 33 divisions. Not great, not terrible either. It'll do. And we'll draw new front lines just the south. We are abandoning the area around Barcelona. Well, it's fully encircled, so it is abandoned. We're abandoning Oviedo and La Coruña. I don't have the time to get troops up there before it collapses, so abandon it, it's fine. Another thing you might have missed. Spain is special. After its civil war, things don't just return to normal as they do with other civil wars. No, Spain is a deeply divided country, represented by the fact that you lose core territory at the end of the civil war. The nationalist parts are no longer cores for the Republican parts. You have to reintegrate them, and you kind of forgot. To reintegrate a core, you need to get compliance in the state up to 35%, which is why we take local autonomy. It's really fast. You need to have 2,000 guns available, 10 army experience available, as well as 40 political power per state. This is something you should have been rushing. This is essentially half your country that you are, 1, not getting the full use out of, and 2, having to spend resources occupying. You're essentially occupying half of your own country to your detriment. Don't neglect this. This is vital. So unfortunately, I should say, we're not occupying most of it, so I can't fix it. We have the Balearics and the Canaries who are almost there to reintegrate, but there's nothing in this territory, so other than manpower. But yeah, please integrate your lands. Research, you kind of gave up. I'll try not to be too harsh, but for the love of God, keep up to date with infantry equipment. So I've done a video on how to research already. It's a nice little short. The essence is keep industry up to date. Keep infantry equipment up to date. Keep artillery up to date. Get anti-air. Oh, and engineering, get at least mechanical computing. Get at least mechanical computing. Like the second research you do in this branch is mechanical computing, which we're going to grab now because we're way behind. Industry, again, we're way behind. We're way behind on concentrators, so we need to start making more guns, and then we're going to get our guns in order. I really don't want to sound too harsh here, but these are major mistakes, and they're part of the reason why everything starts collapsing, because your units are simply not as powerful as they could and should be. Do we have an air force? We have an air force, but we might as well not have one, because these are terrible airplanes. Interwar, we're going to get rid of all of these. Might as well sell all of these. Construction. We're building in Asturias and Galicia. I'm going to cancel both because we're going to lose both states. We are instead going to build mills down here: Sevilla, Cordoba, Extremadura, Ciudad Real, Murcia. We're going to build mills. Construction sorted. Now, production, we have 8 mills. We're going to be making guns, support equipment. For the love of God, start making artillery. This is, I guess, what we'll start with. No air. It's too late. We have one factory on trucks. Looking at our logistics, yes, we'll need trucks, but I'm also going to need trains. I'll start by making trucks, and then I'll add civilian trains as a fresh factory, and I'm going to add towed anti-air as fresh factories as well, so we can start producing some of that. All right, let's unpause here, and we'll figure out what to do. My plan is essentially to start bullying Italy. Oh, right, Navy as well. I'm just going to group up the entire Navy, such as it is, and park it in Malaga, along with our couple of submarines. Navy's fine, it's just not worth doing right now. It's just not worth doing anything with it. All right, for reasons that are entirely alien to me, they're leaving entire portions of the front line unoccupied. That's fine by me, we'll exploit. That's 2 Italian divisions encircled, not bad. And then this armor here can take the supply out at Valladolid. We have control of Salamanca again, and we'll start building autonomy there. One thing I noticed is that you had a bunch of subs in your surface fleet as well. It's a minor gripe, but subs are really slow. This sub is like 17.6 knots, which is, it's fine. It's slower than even your worst capital ship. This is not a massive difference, but if you get to the more modern ships and you get to the faster light ships, you'll notice a massive difference in speed. And the more modern your ship, the more fast it is. Subs are always slower. A task force moves as fast as the slowest ship in it, meaning subs slow down your task forces. Subs should be on their own. Task forces need their speed so that they can engage when they detect the enemy. Another little encirclement. It's not much, but every Italian division destroyed is an Italian division I don't have to worry about. Losing quite a bit of war support to combat casualties, so let's extort heroism. Get that up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. That links us up with another part of our country. That guy's gonna get pushed out. Little trick here. This division is about to lose, but it still has like 1 org. Split him off into a separate army. Give him any random general, and now press last stand. This buys you 7 days. For the next 7 days, this unit's not able to retreat. The reason I do it this way is very simple. Looking at this, it costs 2.42 command power. If I were to do the same thing, but simply use the entire army, it would cost me 45.98 command power. This is based on the amount of divisions under the general's command. So it's always more economical. Just split the units off and let the ones that actually need to stand, and everyone else can go along with business as usual. We'll collapse that little bit here. That gives us control of Galicia, Salamanca. So we have some of our territory back. Unfortunately, it's all occupied territory with massive resistance. You do have a spy. I'm gonna use your spy to root out resistance, mostly because you'll have massive resistance issues if we don't. More and more allied troops are arriving, so in the end, this is probably going to be fine. Which reminds me, everything else being wrong. So, doctrines. Superior firepower. Love it. Very happy about it. You probably should have actually taken your doctrines, though. So, should have actually been buying these. And these as well. Spirit of the Army, we're going to go with Relief of Command. Probably should have done that first because it makes your army advisors 50% off. Gives you 25% extra army experience whenever you get army experience. It's a no-brainer. So another little pocket here. And then we'll put pressure on Valencia as well so we can get this state back. This is an actual core, so I would like to, have it again. Any territory we can reclaim is a massive win. And back in control. Brilliant. All right, let's take a look here. We got a couple of armor divisions, such as they are. I'm going to move them over there so we can use the armor to clean this up. And if not clean up, at least contain it. All right, that's Valencia back. A little bit of manpower, a couple of factories. Germany is, wow. Germany is losing hard here. Yeah, this is basically an allied win. All right, that should secure Galicia. And over here, we're advancing. Huzzah! Onto Tortosa. All right, into Barcelona, if we can. Force deploy these troops. All right, sweet. Now set up for the full front line. I don't want to get myself accidentally encircled because I got too greedy. Go. Set up. Oh, sweet. We managed to bust on through to Oviedo. Great. So that means we never actually lost Asturias. I really thought we'd lose it. And 2 more Italian divisions gone. Let's make another big play. See if I can get these guys encircled near Leon. I gotta prevent them from reinforcing. Don't know if this is gonna work out. All right, got him. Got him, got him, got him. So methodically slicing apart the Italian units in Spain. Hopefully this gives us the opportunity to finally reclaim the rest of Spain. Try to encircle the enemy, pinning attacks where possible. Spread out, grab as much land as we can, and see if we can get the Bilbao. If we can get the Bilbao, that would be another core, and it would cut off another section of the Italian front. That's always a win in my book. Oh yeah, we're doing it. We are doing it. And aggressively close that pocket. Do not allow them to reposition. Do not allow them to have the advantage. And another encirclement. Huzzah! Huzzah, huzzah. On to Pamplona, and that should give us Navarra. I guess we're not going to Navarra anyway. That's fine. All right, we can start actually integrating two of our states, either Baleares or Canaries. Which is the more beneficial one? This one has nothing for us, and this one also has nothing for us. No resources, no nothing. Matter of principle, we'll just start integrating one of them. So this is another prime opportunity for an encirclement. I could take this tile and cut off 2 tiles, but it's a mountain tile. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. Now, the 2 tiles behind that mountain tile are both hills. Still not optimal, but certainly not problematic to take. So I'm going to try and take the bottom hill tile with the limited armor I managed to borrow from the British. And then the top tile can be attacked by infantry and the armor in conjunction. And by our powers combined, we should achieve victory here. And again, pinning attacks to keep the enemy from reinforcing or pulling out of the pocket. Pocket now created. Well, pocket almost created. We are now going to move in. And again, pinning attacks all along the flank just to keep the enemy from redeploying divisions in such a way that they could extract them from this fight. The flow going. There we go. Opportunity. Victory achieved. And we have encircled 5, 9, 10, 13 divisions. Not bad. Now, these are mountains, so a little bit annoying, but hey, they're trapped. They're going to starve. They're going to die. I will quickly clean that up. And just looking back at Germany, I saw the Russians here last time I panned over. They're now here. I think Stalin fell asleep at the wheel, because that's not looking too hot. This, however, is looking kind of hot, so I'm expecting Italy to fail. This is a massive British naval invasion. Italy, pull these troops off Marseille and Toulon. Stop trying to naval invade. It's not going to happen. Italy,
stop trying to make
naval invade
happen. It's not going to happen.
Pull your troops home and defend your capital. So with extra equipment flowing into our coffers, let's make an adjustment. So we're building up, maybe that's a bit too many. 7 should fill out the 1 army we have. And then the rest is British fodder. Now, I don't really have the manpower to go all out and make infantry army after infantry army. What I could do is get a couple of mountaineers. The terrain is very mountainous, and elite forces are a decent solution on a budget, and boy are we on a budget. And this is the kind of mountaineer I like to use. It's 25 width, making it work fairly well in mountain territory, and it's not terrible at other stuff. It's by no means optimal, but I like using this. I know it works. I've used it. You can whine all about this not being optimal mathematically. I don't care. I use it. It works. It's fine. Want to add support AA, want to add engineers, and this is pretty much gonna work. Oh, the fall of Moscow. Oh, Germany's really up in the ante here. Little scary. Little scary. This is great though. This is the collapse of Italy. Italy's dead. And another series of encirclements. God, I love this. I love this part of the game. Make the enemy disappear. Still 10%, but we have contributed greatly. 1.3 million Germans. I suspect this is the work of the person who sent this in. Appreciate that. Love to see it. 500,000 Italians. I guess this is more my work. All right, let's make another big play. I'm trying to punch through 2 places at once. From the north towards Zaragoza, and then from Zaragoza towards that northern salient. And if I can succeed, I get this vaguely cock and ball shape encirclement. Yes, I am in fact 4 years old. And done. That's the 2 testes. Very well encircled testes. Okay, all we gotta do is close these pockets. That's another 5 divisions. That is another 6 divisions. So all in all, another hefty blow to the Italian army. Right, the UK's not doing as hot as I assumed they would here, but either way, it's a nice distraction for the Italians, who are apparently just distracted with the French Riviera. Okay, we're almost out of the woods in terms of Spain being occupied. We're almost liberated, and we will have liberated ourselves. Yeah, we're virtually unoccupied now. I think the only core they control is Navarra, and it's not really a core. Huh, Germany just consumed Vichy France. I don't know why they always do this. I don't see the tactical benefit in it. It completely eliminates an ally. Oh, that looks like a little D-Day. Yeah, it just completely eliminates an ally. So, yeah, so much for the Vichy French. Oh, we almost have our mountaineers. We have a fresh set of infantry popping out almost. And then we can drive into France proper. We will take back what is ours. Southern France. Oh yeah, that's a solid D-Day. Oh, maybe this is not so solid, but for Germany to respond to this, they're gonna have to peel troops off the Eastern Front, which is starting to stabilize well past Moscow. Okay, I think we're good. If we could just get the Italians out of this last bit of my land, I'll be happy. I'd prefer to use these guys for the job though. They're almost trained. You know what, if I switch resistance suppression to training time, that'd help. Oh, someone just killed the Dutch again. Hey, there goes Benito. Oh, yeah, I can see why. That's it. The final collapse is here. Let's get cracking. Ideally, you know, I'd punch up through the mountains, but I have a soft underbelly that I can cut through instead. So I'm going to see if I can get these mountaineers to force a path through Toulouse towards Bordeaux and then cut off this entire southern section. And then I drive my army hard to the north to link up with the... Oh, there we go. To link up with the landings in Normandy. Yes, I might be able to catch a lot of these guys now. Yeah, my fears are not unfounded, I think, and I think I've just experienced it. They got a lot of troops on Bordeaux trying to get out of this mess, and we're running into them now. Plus last stands. Last stands are great. See, when I use last stand, it's a clever use of game mechanics. When the AI uses last stand, it's annoying. In any case, we have pushed them out of Spain in its entirety. We are now a free nation, and I can restore higher education as well. Took me long enough. We're through. Let's go, boy. Oh, Leningrad. Stalin, you're gonna have to start putting up a fight. Please. In any case, if I can take Bordeaux, we'll have... Yeah, no glorious encirclement here. I think they've managed to get most of these troops out. Either way, it's a big win. This restores a significant chunk of territory to France, and the AI is very keen to actually pour into France proper. They weren't very keen on helping us. Well, it's been an expensive push, but I think we've almost cracked the nut in southern France, and Italy's gone. But it's cost me a lot of guns. Possibly too many guns, because now I can't integrate territory anymore. Damn it! Oh well, we'll get more. Huzzah! I can once again restore a higher education, despite not actually having 50 factories. You know what? Doesn't matter. Ooh! And through the magic of frontline shifting, weirdly, that gives us control of southern France. Okay, time for an executive decision. I'm gonna funnel my mountaineers over there. I'm gonna try and reach the main front, and the other units on the front line are gonna go here. We're gonna create a big pocket around Lyon. If we can get to the Swiss border, all of this is encircled anyway. I wonder how long it's gonna take to get the rest of Spain under our boot. So 2 more territories, realistic. Okay, so it does actually seem like compliance goes up reasonably quickly. I don't understand why you never did this, because it's such an important part of playing Spain. Yes, there's a lot of resistance here, but it completely goes away once you've done this, so bit of a shame. And now Turkey's in the Allies as well. This is well and truly over. Just a couple more tiles and we shall reach the Swiss border. Come on. Just like a low understrength German unit. No! How did Hoth manage to survive that? And got him? Maybe. Oh, for God's sake! No, it's not working now. My disappointment is immeasurable. If at first you don't succeed, just try again. Just try again. And again. And again. Hey, we've done it. Okay, now, how do we exploit this? Mountaineers can push further in. Do I want to be the one who closes the pocket? Kinda, because I want that big number on my kill list, so go. Yeah, this entire thing is encircled, and we'll drive them into Vichy, kill, crush, destroy. The liberation of Paris, all is well with the world. Oh, Bulgaria's dead. Whoa, Turkey came out swinging. Okay, yeah, Romania doesn't actually have troops at home, I guess, so they're dead. And I think we've just destroyed 240,000 of their units. Now, onwards to glory. Just go ahead and try and push through northern Germany. And with the collapse of the Allies, the Soviets are clapping back as well. The pendulum has fully swung. And yeah, at this point, if I would just tag over the Germany and turn this into a Germany disaster save, hell, why not? I have been betrayed by Salazar. Portugal has just joined the Axis. That's a problem. I need everyone to go home now. Oh, the man's an idiot. Joined the war, but not in time to prevent my army from, getting to the country. So we'll just finish this off, get ourselves a full Iberia while we're at it. And then it's the final nail in Germany's coffin. I think they're gonna die soon. Yeah, it's just this area and then that's it. Here we got massive amounts of compliance, so we've basically reintegrated the entire country. 2 more cores to reintegrate and we've got everything back. Alright, let's deal with the final remains of Germany then. Spanish troops have seized Vienna. Well, no, they have now. Now? Maybe they have now. No? Well, they're about to seize Vienna, and there goes the German Reich, and with it, the war. I think we're due a little compensation for our troubles, so we'll just make sure to, deal with Portugal. And there we have it. Peace in our time. We were cheated out of Marrakesh. The UK just kept fighting me over it, and now it became a puppet. Oh well. I did get Spanish, Portugal, and we have greatly expanded the size of our glorious navy. We got the remains of the Italian and German navies. We've got a sizable industry now. We're fine. Most of the country has also, or is about to be, reintegrated. 2 more cores to go. And with that, we have established ourselves as maybe one of the major players in this world. If we're looking at the economy, not really. We're at the level of Belgium. If we're looking at the military, not really. We're below the British Raj, but we're ahead of Turkey. I guess Spain is just meant to be a middling power. At any rate, I had a lot of fun with this disaster. It's a little shorter than my usual ones. If you enjoyed this, let me know down in the comments. And if you really liked it, hit that like button and consider subscribing for more disasters. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.